Okay, welcome back. So I've got an empty project. I'm in standalone. I probably wouldn't use this in the way that I'm going to test this out, but I'm just going to use the MPC keys alone. And I'm going to just kind of go set it through its paces and look at the CPU and more importantly the memory numbers that I'm getting, and I'm just going to use it sort of in the way that I would typically sequence myself. And so I'm just going to start out and just kind of give it a go. I'll just do a 4-bar measure, track 1. I'll just pick a sound and see where this thing stresses out. So I'm just going to go into OP4. It's one of my favorite plugins. So here we go. Okay, and I'm going to go in and just do another track. I'm going to go in a bass line. That's the old one of the old. Perfect. And almost like the lately bass from the TX802, right? And so taking out record just for now. I'm gonna add another plugin. How about stage piano? So I'm gonna go and edit this right now. I think I'm going to take the heart attack, which is kind of like the take some of that delay off. I think I'm going to. Okay. Now I don't know if you noticed this, but if I go into edit, you can see where this is what makes it so cool. You always know where you are in the sequence for the most part, with the exception of picking a preset. Maybe they'll fix that or add that functionality. So I can just go in here and I can see where I am in the measure. Okay, so another track. I think I'm going to do drums. I'm going to have to load an actual drum kit, maybe acoustic. So I'm going to go into a browser, and I got these expansions here, these packs here, Pro Studio kit. So also have a preset that I made, which is right here. Let's see if I can croak while so I'll just load it up. So far, no hiccuping, no croaking. Okay, so I'm at 24% of the memory. Okay, that's what everything going now. 13% of the CPU, 20%. So I'm going to take it out of here. Okay. Something else here. Go another track. I'm gonna go. Let's see. 4 was actually a drum group, so we're gonna go 5. Leads, I'm still kind of so if I go into here, let's just go into here. No favorites. Try to take a lead from here. Kind of a DX7 or D50. Okay, we'll go with that one. We'll go with the lead. I'm gonna go in the fabric. Sell again. Guitar maybe. See it loading. So now we're at 50% of the memory here. So I don't know where it's going to choke at the memory threshold, but let's just acknowledge that. So I'm just go record. Okay. Increase the tempo a little bit. I'm actually going to go into another lead. I'm going to pipe. Kind of cool. That saw would be kind of cool. That's cool. One of the things nice because it doesn't have a ton of sound. Okay, here we go. Let's record. Ah, screwed up. Hyper. Okay, so let's go take a look at the CPU. I'm at 53% of the RAM. CPU is only at 31%. So there's not much really. I mean, I'll just do one more track just because, but there's not really a lot I can add. I'll add a almost like a string pad. I'll use believe it or not, I'll use the FM under atmosphere. Really not much more I can add before it starts to not make sense, even this demo. But let's just take a look at the CPU. So one thing to point out, so we're talking about 33%. The CPU I can't speak for, but as far as the memory, you know, we are talking about 50% of the memory. So there's 2 gigs in here, 4 gigs in the MPC keys. Now keep in mind, I'm not using a lot of my own samples other than the drum kit. And then also, realistically, if I'm going to use this, I have other gear. And the MPC is just a monster with MIDI. Like if you, I mean, people already know this, but if I go into the preference here, under MIDI. So right now my Jupiter X is just natively recognized as a controller. But this machine is eats MIDI like nothing else, and it can control MIDI extremely well. And just hooking up like this Jupiter X, for example, would really totally alleviate a lot of the processing and the RAM resources, because I'm running everything as MIDI. And then I can always, we're talking about standalone now, and then I can always record this as audio into the MPC like butter. And so that's just sort of the first take on CPU usage, memory. Keep in mind, I don't think if I showed you this or not, but in here in the activate plugins, you can see I've got all the plugins. They're all installed on the secondary drive. It's called Untitled. I have to rename that probably. But like I'm only using 10 gigs out of 475 gigs available. So, excuse me. That's pretty much the nuts and bolts of the first look at recording in standalone with the plugins against the hardware of the old 2018 MPC X.